What is up, Podheads? Welcome back to episode 18, and I got a special guest for y'all today. He's a local up-and-coming artist. I got Ayato-Shi with me. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Bet. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up?
So we're going to get to know Ayato-Shi here today. He is a Charlotte local, like I just said. So you're still a pretty young guy, and we normally talk about most people, they're probably in their like 20s and 30s when I talk to them, but you're still coming up. So let's talk about that. So you're still in high school now, but your biggest focus, I would say, is probably music, yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the verge of graduating, but it's music, you feel me? Like I got all A's, you feel me? But it's music.
I feel that. So how did you get into like the interest in music? When did that spark up? Was that like elementary school, middle school?
It was like, let me see. It would have to be in 2020 when I lived in Winston-Salem, and I was about 14, and I had just bought like some cheap snowball mic off the internet, and I just was messing around with music. I was in music before that, but I wasn't releasing any. Then I got a computer and snowball mic, and I just like went from there. But I didn't release anything like really until like I want to say like 2021 or 2.
I gotcha. And did you have any like family or peers that were with you that were kind of inspiring you to kind of get involved with music, or that was something that was on your own?
Yeah, I got like this one dude I'm cool with. I was always around when I lived in my hometown. Because I'm from Duluth, Minnesota. I'm not from North Carolina, Charlotte.
Okay.
But like I'm here now, but I'm not from here. And I was always around this dude. He sings pretty well, and he was like, a singer, and it just like got me into it. But I'm more of like, I'm not gonna say I'm no singer because I'm not like Aaliyah or nothing. You feel me? I use auto-tune on my songs sometimes.
I feel that.
But like I like to sing and rap and do whatever. So that got me into it, singing and just being around people that like to freestyle and stuff.
How old would you say you were when that kind of sparked?
Like when it really sparked, because like I said, it was like when I was 14, but when it really sparked and I started releasing stuff, I was like 15,
Gotcha.
Going on 16.
And you were around a bunch of people who were doing freestyles and stuff like that. Were they making beats too, or were they just freestyling over beats that they found on the internet?
They were just freestyling over beats they found on the internet, because like I had like never been around people that were like really into the music where they like wanted to produce. Like I ain't meet no producers until I moved to Charlotte.
Gotcha.
And like I didn't start producing it myself until like recently, like a couple months ago, like 3-4 months ago.
I gotcha. So let's actually backtrack just a tad, because you said you're from Duluth, Minnesota. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
And then you lived in Winston too. I actually am from Winston-Salem. Shout out to the Trefo.
Oh yeah.
So how long did you live in Minnesota, and then how long did you live in Winston-Salem before you made this move to Charlotte?
All right, so I've lived a couple of places, and like I said, I'm from there. I was born there, but I've lived a couple of places. So to start out, oh shit, I got a loud mic. To start out, I was in Duluth, Minnesota from the age of like newborn to like about 6 years old. I bounced all over the place due to family reasons, but then I stayed in Florida for some time, so I've been to Florida, and then I got back with my mom. I ended up back in North Carolina. Then we moved. No, because we was in North Carolina, Salisbury, that's right. After I got back from Florida, I was in North Carolina, Salisbury for some time. Then I moved back to Minnesota again.
So you got kind of a bunch of different areas of influence on your sound probably then, huh?
Yeah, like I listened to some drill. I listened to all types of shit. For me, that's like influencing my sound because I've been everywhere.
And I know you like live here now and you're on the verge of graduating and we're in Charlotte, but did you have a favorite spot that you lived at all these different places that you and your family were moving?
I would say like honestly like it would have to be like between Florida, just because like Florida is like no matter where you live, it's kind of fun.
True.
But like it would have to be between Florida or Charlotte.
What part of Florida were y'all in?
I was in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. That's a really dope area.
Yeah, you feel me? It's chill over there. Like it's not chill, but like it's chill.
Yeah, you can make it chill. If you a chill guy, you gonna be chilling.
Because I was in elementary school, so I wasn't doing nothing back then. You feel me? I wasn't out there for real. But like it used to be active. Like I was walking to school one day, seen a big ass crocodile. I'm just like, oh, type shit.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Crocodiles are another story down there. You gotta watch out for them for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit outside of music though. Did you have any interests like such as sports or anything like that when you were growing up? Were you doing any ball or anything like that?
I used to like when I lived in Salisbury. That's probably like the most like active sport time. I wasn't playing sports for schools or anything like that, but I used to like always play like football on the field, and I was a fan of soccer, but like I was never like the best soccer player, but I like soccer.
I got you. Did you have any favorite teams or anything like that, or you just kind of did it for fun?
I just kind of did it for fun. Like I don't watch sports. Like
I feel
honestly,
you.
like I can't sit there with somebody and watch sports because I'm just like, okay. You feel me? I don't think
The game's over and that's it, pretty much.
Yeah,
Huh?
like I don't think much of it. Like I remember when because I've been in a couple correctional schools. I'm in a correctional school right now. Like branching off, like it's still part of this topic, but like branching off, like I used to be forced to sit there and play and watch softball.
Yeah.
And softball, like to me, like honestly, is like kind of for bitch niggas. Like why am I here? Why am I watching this? Because like it's a soft ass ball, and it's like it's not baseball. It's softball. Like I don't know. Like
I feel you. Not every sport for everybody, but yeah. Do you have any siblings or anything like that were kind of, or was it just homies that were helping out with the music stuff?
I have one sibling that was like into music. Like all my siblings are pretty like encouraging, supporting, because I have 8 siblings. But
Are you the youngest, oldest?
yeah, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest?
Yeah, it's probably why they're like pretty supportive of it. Like they still want me to have like a backup plan in case music don't work out. Like I know it's gonna work, it just take time. But you feel me? If it doesn't work, I do have a backup plan. But
I mean, I feel like that's really important though too, and you already have that in your head as far as like it takes time for things to kind of manifest and come into fruition.
Like,
So
like on some real shit, like I'm not like no unknown person, but I'm not a known person, and I just want to like put it out there. Like I'll do this until like, no, not even until like if I'm doing this and I'm like 20, at least I would have known like I have like set some groundwork, because like I'm setting the groundwork really right now.
And
like,
you've already got a solid following on SoundCloud. I was peeping before our interview, but I think your biggest song is can't remember the name of it. It has like 16,500 streams or something like that.
Yeah, it's Don't Touch Me Footboy. And like that's a song that's like it's 2 years old now. And yeah, that's like the reason it got so big is because like when I had first moved to Charlotte, I got cool with a lot of people, and I just sent a lot of people that song, and that's how it got that traction. Like I wouldn't even say like I had clout for it. It's just like people was fucking with that song because it was hard, but it was also because I sent that song around.
You was putting into like push for it, like giving it marketing and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, and I didn't have no money at the time. I was 15, so I just was like, I'm gonna push it that way.
So, go ahead.
Now I'm like a little bit more. Right now I'm just like trying different ways of marketing, because I realized like you can get people to listen to your song that way, but it's not gonna stick as like loyal like fans.
Yeah.
So because like I used to do that here and there with like some of my older songs that are like up to any song that's above 10 months old, I probably did it for that song. But I don't do that anymore because I realized it's not gonna keep like loyal fans.
How long were you writing and working on music before you released the first song?
The first song I released,
That was in 2021, I think you said, right?
yeah, it was like if I look at my SoundCloud, I don't remember, but like I could remember, but
You don't know like a time frame of
Yeah,
like a
I
couple
don't know.
months before you were like, all right, this song is hard. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one because I know I like this one.
like I know the time frame. I'm just trying to remember when I dropped it, but it was like 21, 22, and it was the song called "Can I Get Some Talk," and I had I worked on it for like maybe 2 weeks because I was trying to get the scream right, because I was starting like scream on my songs. I was like starting just kind of starting to scream on my songs. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it right. And I wanted the scream to sound a certain way because I was like 14 or 15 at the time, so like my voice didn't have no real bass in it, and I didn't know how to use my voice either. So yeah.
So to capitalize on kind of you talking about the scream and stuff, how did you kind of find your sound? Was it always kind of that sort of like you wanted to go for this kind of like scream? I don't even know what kind of genre to put it under, because you remind me of RIP-X. You remind me of X a little bit, and that motherfucker had a genre of his own. So how would you categorize your sound, and how did you kind of find that sound?
All right, so like when I first started, like as you said, like I was inspired by X and like a whole bunch of other artists, but like to get my sound, I kind of had to play around with it, because even though like when I was really heavily inspired by X when I first started, because like you can hear that influence really in a lot of my older songs, like I was still trying different things to put like my own spin on it, and like even now I'm trying stuff. Like I would say I have a lot more influence from other artists now, but it was just like trying things, I guess.
Did you have any influence outside of music that you kind of brought into the music world? I mean, lyrics obviously probably are non-musical at first when you're writing them, but did you have any inspiration outside of that? Any family or anything like that as far as the inspiration of your sound?
As far as the inspiration, it was really just, being, I guess, kind of like trying to find an escape, because like I was never like, when I lived in Minnesota, Duluth, I was never like no person that like talked to people, because like it's like such like, it's so compact there with like the diversity. It's not diverse there, because where I lived, it was like a lot of like, there's Hispanics, there's natives, and there's white people, and there's some black people, and I didn't fit in with any of those for some way. I didn't fit in, and it's not even about race. It's just I just didn't fit in there. Charlotte, like since I moved here, I somehow I guess fit in more, but like I don't know. So it was really just like more like an escape. Like it was just like a venting. Nowadays I kind of just rap about like what I'm around, what I'm doing, and just like kind of have fun with it. But like back then it was really a lot of venting and a lot of trying to escape.
Got you. And when you're working on these songs, what's kind of like a process for you? Are you making the beat first, or do you already have the idea, the concept of a song in your head before you even hear a beat? Are the lyrics already kind of formulating before you hear the music?
All right, so I'm gonna go off my old process and my new process.
All right, bet.
So my old process was I used to sit there on YouTube, SoundCloud. I used to scour for different sounds to flip into beats, and if I didn't flip it into a beat, I would look for a beat. But I used to try and like find stuff that was like different. Like I used to even like, I have this one song. It's one of my bigger songs. It's like at almost at 9K. It's like, it has like a jazz slash like I don't know. I want to say like, I hear these drums in like reggaeton a lot. So I guess it has like, if you know what those drums sound like, it has like those over it. But it's by this band called Dat Foot Die, but there's no vocals on it, so I ended up using it as an instrumental. But like I tried to find different sounds to put into my music, and that's my old process. And then I used to like rap. I never even used to have hooks. Like I only have a couple of songs where there's a hook on it. And then like nowadays, I guess a hook is more frequent, but like I don't drop as frequently as I do anymore, because I'm trying to. There's just a couple of things I've just been working on, because I'm trying to plan these things out, right, and like put the marketing behind a song before I just drop and then like
trying to have a set plan.
Yeah. Like I got songs lined up. I mean, people think I just don't be dropping like to antagonize.
Tell them, man, you being strategic.
Yeah.
And if they true fans, they'll wait and they'll appreciate that focus that you're putting on the marketing and everything.
Yeah, like.
So it sounds like you kind of were testing stuff out as far as your process goes, and then kind of whatever starts to sound good is what you kind of roll with, and that's for with the beat, correct?
Yeah, and then like I won't lie, like in my old process, it was like, oh, like I need to try different stuff, but I also kind of want to sound like X on this shit. So like that was like my old influence, and that's like when I was like still kind of a kid. Like 15, 16 is like kind of a kid. Like 17 and 18 is like when you start to like mature more. And like I kind of matured like when I was like 16 and a half. Like when I was going on 17, I was just like, this shit kind of lame. Like it's kind of lame that I don't have like entirely my own shit. So I just started like formulating from there, trying to find my own shit.
I think that's super important too, is being able to realize that, because you say you matured at 16 or between 16 and 17, but I mean, it's going to happen again the older you get. Like you're going to probably drop a couple songs in the next couple years, and then 5-10 years from now you can be like, dang, it's time for a new sound, or whatever the case is. Like I think that's really important as an artist, is to keep kind of evolving.
Yeah.
Which is kind of difficult for fans to understand, because they're always like, oh, he switched up, he did this, he did that, but the true fans know that evolution is important. So where do you kind of see your sound evolving once you kind of get out of high school and have some different experience outside of that school world?
All right, so like I'm gonna answer that while also telling you my new process, because it kind of has to do with that. So my new process, right now, I produce, right? I have a couple songs lined up that I can drop that aren't produced by me, but it's just like I have them lined up so I can, because I'm still learning like new things when I produce. But now I make the beat, I'll probably rap over the beat, and like I record at home. So, but like I have it kind of set up like a studio. You go to the studio, they have effects on your vocals so you can hear yourself and stuff like that. So I'll record, I'll put my like little ideas into like my song. Like maybe I want like a vocal to do this, and like really it's like trying to get a lot of different stuff with effects. Because before it was like trying different stuff, like recording different places and like trying to like I guess like trying different voices. But now it's just like I have the effects now because like I have the plugins and stuff. So it's just like, well, I'm gonna try different stuff with these effects, and if I can't do it, then I'll try it like the natural way.
Yeah.
But like after I put like my little mix like on the vocals, I'll be like, okay, it's time to mix everything down and go from there and like really dive deep into it. And like sometimes I'll have like background vocals, like layers and stuff. Like there's one song where I have like 4 layers, like I have like 4 layers throughout the entire song. And then sometimes like there's ad-libs. I don't always have ad-libs, and if I do, they're minimal because I don't really need ad-libs like that from like my voice and like just my music. Like it's sometimes when I have ad-libs when I really want to fill up the background.
Yeah.
But like after I've laid out the whole vocals and stuff like that, it's time to mix it all down. I'll mix the 808 cake. I'll just mix it all together. And like I'm trying to like have my music sound more professional nowadays. Like the next couple of songs I release and stuff. So it's really just about like quality, because it's like I be trying to get my shit mastered too now. Because like I feel like people will take you seriously in a place like Charlotte when you have like the quality. And it's like it's not all about quality. It's also about like having good music. But it's like people, if they can listen to it and it's loud and it sounds good, that makes it a lot more listenable than a lot of other artists.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with the car test. Like, if it don't pass in the car with clarity and like the bass and all that, then it probably won't hit. So
yeah, cause like I'm an engineer. I'm not a mastering engineer. So that's the only part I struggle in. I've been trying to learn, but like it's easier to mix than how to master. But like if it don't pass in the car, it fail. And you feel me? Like, and there's a lot of artists that I really fuck with in Charlotte. I'd be like, damn, that nigga going crazy. He's hard, but his shit kind of sounds bad because you're recording on fucking BandLab.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't want to hate on but you sound kind of. You saying you in the mic like
not as professional.
Like you feel me? Like you take the pop filter. You feel me? His shit popping and shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
So let's talk about that then, because you just mentioned that you're, an engineer, not quite a mastering engineer yet, but who kind of taught you that process, even from a producer standpoint? Because I think I saw on your Instagram you use FL Studio, correct, for beats? I use the same when I make beats, but who kind of taught you the ropes for that? For me, it was a bunch of videos, but did you have anyone kind of showing you the way for that?
All right, so I'm still learning on how like I mix beats, but really mixing beats isn't really that bad. Just make it loud. That's how I see it. Just make it loud and hit. And then when it's time to mix, make space for the, like when there's vocals on it, I guess make space for the vocals.
For sure. But
like when you're rapping over a 2-track beat, that's different. But we're talking about like, just mixing in general. So how I learned how to mix was, there was this dude I used to be cool with. I'm not going to say no names, but fuck him. But he's like, there's this dude I used to be cool with, and he really opened my eyes on like quality. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. I'm going to try to push myself to get into engineering. And I watched like a couple of videos. Like there's a couple engineers I like. There's this one dude named Ali on YouTube. He be mixing shit and he be streaming his mixes. There's another dude called Leslie Brathwaite. He's mixed a lot of songs for Lil Uzi, and my music is like, it can be aggressive, but I really wanted to have like a vibey mix, kind of like Lil Uzi's music and a lot of other artists where like their vocals are like, might be aggressive, but it's still a wavy listen. You can listen to it in the car on a low volume type shit. And then there was another dude, I forgot his name, but he also mixes songs for Lil Baby. So I just was like, I watched a couple of videos. It took me a couple months to really get the hang of it. I have like maybe 2 songs I mixed during these times, and they're hard, but the vocals are like a little loud and like kind of pierce your ears in certain headphones. They still hard, and they got fixed on YouTube and Spotify and all those other streaming services. Not SoundCloud though, because SoundCloud is pretty raw. But it really just like, it's really a lot of practice and just trying different plugins for different songs, because sometimes you might need a parallel compressor that's from this this brand, but sometimes you need a different parallel compressor from a different brand. So it's really just a lot of trying stuff. And also you have to know like you have to know like which plugin is good for which plugin and which EQ is good for sure, because it's not like you can't use the same EQ. Like when I mix melodies, I use the API 560 Like it's a EQ plugin from Waves, and I use that because it has like I don't know like 12 frequency bands, and like you can like you just turn them up and down. It's not like a visible EQ.
Yeah.
So I prefer that. But for vocals, I use like an SSL channel or maybe another different type of EQ. So it varies.
It sounds like it's kind of like a bunch of, like you just kind of said, trial and error. I mean, you watched a couple videos, but it's kind of a lot of self-taught stuff.
Yeah,
which is really good.
And also I'll sit there and the thing is people think like my music is like it's like becoming pretty quality. Like I've showed a couple people like my unreleased songs, and like when I'm working on, they're just like, yeah, that sounds pretty good, and I'm like, yeah, but like I'll sit there for like hours and I'll mix a song, and like I'll be like, damn, the vocals are piercing my fucking ears and my headphones. I have to go back, and like I'll really have like 20 different mixes of the same song, just trying to get it right.
What was the initial reaction from your peers and everyone at school when you first started dropping music? I mean, I know you said you did push that one song and you got like 16,500 views and everything, but that very first song, what was the initial feedback you were getting?
When the very first song, when I was in Duluth, Minnesota, when I first dropped it, it was like no one even knew at my school that I dropped music, like made music. I was just like some dude making music. Really, it was the internet that got me started, like with my supporting base. Like I got like artists that like fuck with me, like 13 Delore. You probably don't know who that is, but he's like in New York. He used to be in Florida, and he's reposted my music a few times. I'm not close with him, but I'm cool with him. Ace Comment is like just another small artist. He had reposted my music before. Sorry, I heard a burp.
You good?
And then it's really like the internet got me started. People didn't really think much when I like had dropped music, and then when I moved to Charlotte, like that's like when I was like, oh, I need to drop something real hard before I show people I make music here, and that's when I did that song.
I do want to talk about the internet because that was actually one of my questions, so you kind of already answered it, but speak a little bit more on like what it is like to be in your generation and have the internet to really be such a huge source for artists, especially up and coming artists. Because when I was coming up, I don't think until really like the high school, like probably like halfway through my high school experience was when the internet really started to help underground artists, unsigned artists, independent artists, especially with SoundCloud. But speak to that because that's kind of been probably around since you started making music as far as SoundCloud goes. So how's the internet really affected the whole music game since you've been in it?
It's affected it a lot, like really, because all right, so look, check this out. I'll listen to songs, right? I'll listen to songs that are like it says on the internet it's from 15 years ago, but it's way older than that. But like, I would have never found that song if it wasn't on the internet. Like, the internet gives access to all type. I'm fucking dripping water and shit from the rain. But like, it gives you access to all types of music, and really, I feel like that's just like, we have it like a lot easier like to blow. Like I feel like nowadays, I feel like back then if you didn't blow, it was just like you just didn't have the connections. It just like
it was all about who you knew for sure.
It was all about who you knew, and if like if you was in that shit, like sometimes you didn't have like connections. You just had people that like fucked with your music because maybe you in a populated like you in the trenches, but like you got people that fuck with you. So you feel me? You in that. So there was a lot of different ways to get up in the industry back then, but like it was a lot harder. I feel like nowadays, like if you don't blow, I feel like it's like your fault. Like that's why I feel like it's gonna work. Like so, like because if I don't blow, it's my fault. So like
how long does it typically take you? I know you said that first song you dropped was 2 weeks. How long do you think it typically takes you to record a song before you drop it?
It varies. Like sometimes, like all right, so like this song I just dropped. It's doing chill, but like it's running up, like people listening to it, and I think it's because like even though it doesn't have the most exposure right now, I think it's just because it's like I said, replay value, and it's like one of my higher quality songs. I feel like, so I feel like, but that song, for example, took me about, I want to say 2 weeks to record, only because I was working a job at the time, and I never had time because I'm in a correctional school, so I get out late, and then I used to go to work and come home and go to sleep. So like, and not to mention, like when I was recording that song, I didn't want it to be too repetitive. So I was trying to figure out like, cause I don't write lyrics anymore. Like I just freestyle. I punch in freestyle, and so I'll sit there and I'll try to figure out how I can make it like like, you know, like not repetitive, like,
Yeah.
because sometimes the beat doesn't have a switch up, because, you know, sometimes like a beat doesn't need to switch up, but also that makes the beat a little repetitive, but like the beat is already good, it doesn't need a switch up.
Maybe just switching up the flow or whatever the case
Yeah,
is.
so like I'll switch up the flow or something. So, you know, it takes me a second. Really, if I wasn't working a job at that time, if I wasn't working a job at the time, it would have took me maybe like 2 days to record the whole song, maybe 3, maybe 4, because I remember I was like stuck on one part of the song. I didn't know what to say, but really, it doesn't take me that long. In mixing, it didn't take me that long either. It took me like a couple hours to mix it, and I didn't master the song because it was already loud. And I wanted to get it mastered, but I couldn't because I was broke.
I feel
So
that.
I was just like, fuck it, it sounds good.
That's another thing too, is like once you get into this like game, it's just like it take money to make money. I mean, the internet definitely helps out a lot, but as far as like buying like expansion packs or whatever the case is for like FL Studio or, you know, anything like that, it definitely takes some money. But this is going to be a good little pausing point for us. Got to change these batteries. Word from the sponsors, and we'll be right back, folks. All right, welcome back, y'all. Had to take a quick break. Had a word from the sponsors, and we left off, and we were just really diving into everything that you do with music, Ayato-Shi. So you engineer, you produce, you're an artist as well. So I want to talk about what is your favorite part about music as an art?
My favorite part about music as an art really is just making, because like sometimes I'll like, because, you know, sometimes I said I'll record at home. Sometimes I don't go to the studio. So when I'm at home and I'm just making a song, I'm just like, I hate that shit. Like, you feel me? Like, I just like making it for fun. Like back then I said it was venting, but it was also for fun back then. So now it's just really for fun and just like, cause like I could really rap, but I don't care about being lyrical. I just care about like having fun with the art. And like I used to write a little bit of poetry, but like it was never like nothing serious before music. It was just like, you know, kind of like what I was feeling. So like I said, when I got into music, it was just like, oh, I can vent with this, but I can also have fun with this.
Did you ever turn any of your poems into a song by chance?
There was one song, and it was like a song that I had made when I was like 12, I think. It was like 11, 12, or 13. It was one of those ages. And it was like a song called Empty Lungs or something. And it was like over like, I had like made a poem, and then I just rapped it over like this Scarlord instrumental, and that was it. But
That was it.
yeah, like
How'd it come out? Were you fucking with it?
actually it was probably like one of my better songs from when I was like a little kid, but like it was still kind of trash, but like it was one of my better songs, low key.
But you were showing that interest at like such a young age, and you're still a young dude now. And honestly, like, I don't know if I've gave you your flowers yet, but you kind of were teaching me a little bit when you were talking about the engineering and stuff like that, as far as like using different EQs, and it's really insightful. So kudos to you. There's your flowers for sure. Yeah. But what's it like to kind of have people start kind of resonating with your music, and you kind of see your fan base grow? And is that overwhelming, exciting? Do you want to, you know, obviously you want to grow more, but what's it like to see that kind of resonate with fans?
Like when I start seeing people like fuck with my music, like, alright, so for example, right, I'm in this correctional school called Turning Point, and I get out soon, but I'm in there for fighting. And like when people find out I make music, beats, and all that stuff, like, you know, like people just like, when I got tapped in with those people, I started seeing people, like more people come to my page, and like more like traction and stuff like that. Like I had like some traction before that, like from knowing people outside of that school, but it's just like start seeing people like fucking with me because like they know, like, you know, saying, you feel me, they fuck with me. It's a cool feeling, because like when you see your song like on people's stories and shit like that, and people using your audio, and you know, it's a nice feeling. So
what was the first post or whatever that someone kind of posted for you? Like, I know that feeling was like, dang, like I did that, and they posted on their story. Like, how exciting.
It was exciting for sure. Like, even like when people use my old songs, like I don't care that much when people use my old songs. I care more if like they use my more recent songs in the past couple of months I've dropped, since like maybe like February, like anything after like February 2023. I care more if they use songs from that time. But like, you know, you feel me, if they want to use my old music on their story too, because those are some solid songs too, then like they can. And if they do, like, it's still like, it's cool. But like it blows my mind. Like the first time someone used my song in their story, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like I don't like, cause the thing is like they tagged me. Like, so there might have been other instances before this, but this is one white girl I'm cool with, and her name is Sadie. She's cool, whatever. And
shout out Sadie.
Yeah, she had used my song on her story, and I don't know if there was other people that did it before her, but she's one of the first people that did it. And then there was this other girl too. She also did it, but like she was like the first person that I seen that was like using my music on their stories and stuff like that.
So to see your fans kind of grow and to see people start putting your music on their story, did that kind of motivate you to go even harder in music, or
yeah,
you were already going to go hard regardless of whether you got good feedback?
I'm glad you said that, because I was already gonna go hard, low key. Like I'm already like on my I've been like I said, I just been practicing. Like I be trying to work on my craft in all ways, shapes, forms, any way I can. Even like image. Like I be trying to work on my image. Like I try to keep an image, but it just takes time. But really, what was the question again?
I was asking. I said, what was it like to see, or now that you have all these people, all these fans, and you're growing, and you got people posting on your story, was it motivating you to go harder? And you said you were already going to go hard regardless, but did that add a little bit more spark to your motivation?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it did. Cause I just felt like, damn, if they follow me, maybe I just gotta go harder. Cause it's like I know like I'm gonna make that song one day. That's just gonna like without even me pushing it, is gonna like go crazy. So really right now it's just setting the groundwork. Like I post one every week on YouTube, like a beat. Whenever I have visuals, I drop them when I feel like the time is right. I make posts every so often, to keep my Instagram presence up there. And I just try to manage everything the best way I can. Shout out to my manager in the back. He gets other shit done. Like
shout out Constantine.
Yeah.
Which this is a good segue point too. But finish your thought.
Feel me? My manager gets shit done, but also I just be like trying to manage everything else, like my personal social medias and stuff like that. Cause you feel me? You gotta grow your social media. You feel me?
For sure.
You gotta grow your platforms.
So speaking of Constantine, what was it like to kind of get that support from a label as Lost Records and Constantine as your manager?
It was cool, because like at first it was just like, okay, I got a manager now. I don't really know what's gonna change, but we're gonna see. And like when I started like doing shows, like even like because look, someone had, I don't know who did it. I think it was K Palace. Shout out to K Palace. I don't know if it was K Palace or I don't know who sent him a video of us performing. I don't know if it was me or it was my homie Loner or K Palace, but it was someone. He seen a video of us performing. He's like, yo, I fuck with y'all energy. I'm gonna get y'all on like a venue, like on a show. Cause our first show was like only to a couple of people. Like
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, though. It was like 10 people. And like of those 10 people, my ex was there. Fuck that bitch. But it was 10 people, and then I started doing other shows. Like I ain't gonna say like we went like crazy with the shows, but it was like a lot more people as we started doing shows, and like we're starting to get our names around. We're just trying. Were
you nervous when you did that first show, even though it was like a smaller crowd? Were you still nervous to kind of perform for the first time, or had you done like open mics or anything leading up to that?
I had like done like maybe 2 open mics before that when I was a little kid, but it was like at like Duluth, Minnesota don't got shit going on, so like it wasn't no people at all. Like for real, it was like places where like they allowed people to do open mics. I remember I had an open mic at like a church before, and I was just like, I had to make a song where I couldn't swear.
Yeah.
I made the beat for that too back then too. Like I've always been on some producing shit, but I ain't start getting good until like recently. But like, man.
So let's talk about that though real quick. What the difference is between like actually recording the song and then performing the song. Like obviously, I feel like which do you find more joy in, like the process of creating and the final product of the song, or actually performing the song once it's created and out?
Shit, it's hard to say because I like both. Cause like when I make the song, like I'd be like, yeah, when I drop this song, they gonna go crazy. You feel me? Like, and if they don't like, cause I like, even if the song doesn't do like crazy, like a lot of streams, because like a lot of streams for me would have to be like anything above 4K, right? Anything above 4K is a good amount of streams for me right now at my level. But like I don't know, it's hard to say because like I like performing my songs too because this is like, oh yeah, I really have like songs that like are loud enough and they sound good. They could be on a speaker. I could perform them and like they're like show material. Even like slower songs are like almost show material in my opinion that I have. So it's really hard to say because like I like to perform, but I also really like just making the music because sometimes I'll make a song and it's just really meant to be listened to. It might not ever get performed.
For sure.
So
have you shot any music videos or anything like that?
Yeah, I have. Currently, I have one music video. It's from my phone going off over there. I have one music video is from my song called Automatic Wrist, and you know that shit's got like almost 300 views, which isn't like crazy, but like it's something for my first music video. And like you know, I'm just like I said, I had just started my YouTube channel for a long time until like mid 2023. For a long time, I was exclusively SoundCloud. That's also why some of my other songs have less streams than newer songs on my other platforms. Because, like, for a long time, I was exclusively SoundCloud. So when I had started my YouTube is around the time I dropped that music video. So it would make sense why it's, like, got, like, the lower views right now. 300 views isn't that much, but it's something. And that's my first music video. I plan to drop more because, like, I feel like visuals will also help you get your, like, your image out there and, like, your music out there. Because people, like, sometimes people don't care to just go listen to your song. But like if they see visuals, like if they see him on like Charlotte or like anywhere else, like they gonna flock to it more. I feel like
tap in.
Yeah. Especially if like you got some hard visuals, like let's say like I seen this one song by this dude named MVOJ. He had like he was in the strip club or something. After he was like the caption was, this rapper got cheated on and went to the strip club and shot his music video right after. Like, it was, I don't think that really happened. Because, like, you
That's
feel
some
me?
clickbait for you, though.
That's some clickbait. But it worked because I listened to the song and now it's in my likes and I was bumping it on the way here.
For sure.
So.
Let's talk about that then. So you said you got some more plans for some music videos coming up. What's your overall goal for 2024 with music and your career for music as a whole?
My whole goal for 2024, damn, we are in 2024.
It's crazy to think about. It's going to be the second month here in a couple of days. February coming up quick.
So I got a couple goals for 2024. 2024 is the year of really setting, like really setting groundwork. Like, and the thing is like, I don't care to get like real big. I just care to like, my main goal with this music shit, like I love doing music, but also I realize you can't just live off of just making music. So you feel me? I want to make a living off my music. That's one of my goals. But right now, the goal is to set groundwork and just become like a local, like influence in Charlotte. You feel me? Just like, you feel me? I don't want to be cocky and call myself the best rapper because I feel like that's subjective. That's subjective as fuck.
But having confidence in your craft is also just as important as being, cocky or whatever. I feel like you got to have that confidence in order for you to even want to put the stuff out or to succeed in this stuff. So,
like, I be feeling like I'm more, I would say I have the best vision. I'm not going to say I'm the best rapper or the best artist or any of that. I say I have the best vision. So that's my thing. Best vision. And so my vision for 2024 is just set the groundwork. And like I said, be local, be influenced. And also get out of fucking Turning Point. Because I've been in that bitch for a minute.
I feel you. Hey, it's coming up, though, bro. You say you about to graduate, so you're getting close.
Yeah.
So to kind of backtrack just a hair, when did you start setting that bar? Because I know you said nowadays 4K is about a lot of... Is that like the streams you shoot for? Or is that considered a lot of streams?
I tried to shoot higher. Like, I always highball it. Because, it's like have high hopes. But, like... It's kind of hard to explain because... Sometimes my songs would do really well, like, because SoundCloud and Spotify are my main platforms when it comes to releasing music. Like, those are the songs I look at. Like, those are the places I look at when I look at my streams. So, like, on Spotify, like, that many streams isn't that much to me because it's, like, on Spotify, like, you can get a lot of streams, like, with, like, pushing your music the right way. Like, maybe you get a playlist placement because, you can get a playlist placement for, like, a couple dollars and, like, it'll help put people onto your music, especially when you're first starting your Spotify. But you gotta watch out, because sometimes that should be fake. So, You have to watch out for that.
J. Cole said that.
Yeah.
Then they play some machines.
Yeah, so you gotta watch out for that. So I don't really fuck with playlist placements like that. I've only been on one playlist that was like legit. The other time I did it, fucking Spotify was like, we sensed fake streams. I was like, what the fuck?
Man.
So, you feel me? You gotta watch out for that.
Does that kind of make you reevaluate your maneuver of how you're gonna like?
Yeah, like I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna push my Spotify, because Spotify is more active than SoundCloud nowadays.
For sure.
So I'd be trying to figure out how I'm gonna push my Spotify, because Spotify is a place where it's easy to get streams and you can get noticed pretty easily on TikTok and Spotify.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta know what you can use at your disposal. You know, so I took playlist placements off the table, even if some of them are real. It's too risky. Because, like, they was like, this happens again, we're going to take your fucking song down. And I'm glad, like, my song didn't get too many streams off of that playlist, right? It only got, like, maybe, like, 1,000, maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
But, like, that was just, like, bro, the fuck? So, but on SoundCloud, like, I'd say 4K streams is a pretty good amount, because right now I'm sitting at 600 followers on SoundCloud, like 630 or something like that. And so that would be like a good amount, because on SoundCloud, like, not all of your followers are going to be active. Like, maybe like you'll have like, so look, right, for example, you'll see an artist with like maybe like Future, for example. He has 9 million followers on SoundCloud. He's not getting 9 million likes on the song.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Like, maybe only like 1/4 to, yeah, maybe 1/4 or 1/3 of those followers are going to be active on your song. So I think that's a decent amount. Like 4K or anything above that is a pretty good amount. I would say that's on the higher end for me at the moment right now, because like right now I'm like under the radar right now. I'm chilling right now. But sometimes my songs do really good and go up there.
To talk about who your inspiration was when you were growing up, it was X, you said, was kind of one of your bigger inspirations. But what about nowadays? Do you really have inspiration in music nowadays, or is it more yourself?
Nowadays is more myself. You feel me? I'm not gonna say I'm my favorite artist, but like, cause I'm like, I don't really have a favorite artist. Like, I just like music. So, but like, it was not like inspiration wise it's me, but I also took like a liking to a lot of like other types of rap. Like, I fought with like J.Breezy, Wappa with the Chopper, and just like a lot of like Florida drill rappers. You know, they go hard. I also fought with like Lil Uzi. I don't really care that much for the new stuff he's doing. I'm talking more about like 2015, 2016, 2017 Uzi.
You talking my language now? That's when I was in high school and college. That was golden age of Uzi for me. So yeah, like, those are some good years.
You feel me? Like, and I'm not hating on Uzi. I don't think Uzi would see this. You feel me? And he might see this, but like saying if he does see this, I'm just gonna say like, you feel me?
Like that old sound better.
Yeah, like saying I'm not saying it's necessarily better, because music is subjective. It's all about opinions. But you feel me? The old shit was hard.
Have you ever heard of NASCAR Aloe?
Yeah, I fought with NASCAR Aloe. He's from North Carolina too.
Crazy story. So I am from Winston-Salem, but I went to school in Lexington, North Carolina, at a school called North Davidson, and he used to go to a school called West Davidson, which is right up the street. Like, I damn near could have walked there from my house, but he used to go by a name Colby Soy, and it's cool to see his transition into where he's at now, because he used to be kind of like I don't want to say J. Cole, but he was a more melodic kind of rapper. It was more lyrical.
I seen some of his older songs. Like, he used to be like really on some like chill shit. Then he went to like a plug phase where he was into plug music and stuff. For sure. Because I used to listen to a lot of NASCAR Aloe when I was like, before I got into music too. Because he was around like when I was like 13, 14.
For sure.
Like when he was like, and really, he was like really hot at that time too. Like a really like.
Yeah, he started to pop. Yeah, he really started to pop.
Yeah, but I think his label had like fucked him up. Like, he still has momentum, but like his label had fucked him up like a lot. Because he wasn't able to drop for some reason.
I feel that. So I just wanted to ask that real quick, because he was from like the same town as me. But how would you would you categorize your music under a certain genre? And I know you said you don't really have a favorite artist or a favorite genre. You just like good music. But would you categorize your music under a certain sound? Or how would you describe it to someone who's never heard you before, to get them to listen to it?
To get people to listen to it, you feel me? Like, they don't even gotta believe me when I say this, but like, I feel like sometimes like I make music for like niggas that's like, I make music for niggas that like to have fun and like they be feeling themselves. You feel me? Cause like don't chase no bitch. Go chase a bag. So you feel me? Just like
That's the quote right there.
you feel me? Just like I just be making music for like people that just like that like good quality music that just like to listen to music and like you feel me? It's like it's that shit. You feel me? But also like I said when I said people don't gotta believe me when I say this. I feel like sometimes I make thug music because it's like I make music you could really be in the car like. Oh yeah, I'm about to go beat this nigga ass, like, cause like I'm looking for this bitch, like, you feel me? So like, I would say I make like a mix between thug music and just like music that people like want to listen to when they like feeling themselves. And I have a couple sad songs, but I don't make sad songs that frequently, cause like I have to really like open up about myself when I like get in that zone. And even so, like it's hard to find an instrumental to like match that, so that's why I also took up producing because it was annoying trying to like find an instrumental to match what you're feeling when like you're not working with anyone, you're working on your own. Like even with all the people I know in Charlotte, there's not that many people that are producing like actually really producing that want to work with me, you know what I'm saying? People are still going to try and like charge me, which is cool because get your money, but like I'm not going to be paying for beats when I know I like to make music like all the time.
And you'll be able to, like you just said, like working with yourself, you'll be able to really cater to your own sound rather than trying to search the internet or, hit up producers or whatever the case is for it.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in 10 years? I know for 2024 you want to set that groundwork and kind of really make music into like a job aspect, but where do you see yourself 10 years from now with music, or do you see yourself diving in other things like fashion or?
Yeah, actually, all right, so look, within 10 years, like let's say over the course of 10 years and where I see myself.
My fault to cut you off. How old are you now?
I'm 17.
17, all right. So you'll be 27 in 10 years. 27-year-old Ayato-Shi. What's he going to be doing?
All right, so look, right, 27 me, I want to be I want to be into fashion. I like to draw, so maybe I might get into art. But really, my art is more like a personal thing. It's more like it's for me. When I draw, the drawings are for me. I might show people, but they're really for me. So, I want to get into fashion though. I would like to still be like a known name in the industry of music, when I make it. But everyone has a time when they're hot and when they're like they start to like chill, like calm down. You feel me? Let's say tomorrow I walk outside, I empty out like 10 hit songs, onto the internet and they blow up. I'm hot for 2 years and I fall off. I still made that money. I'm not going to go broke, but like I'm not hot no more. So let's say at this time, let's say I've calmed down. Let's say my career's calmed down and I'm just more chill. Like I'm still dropping music, but let's say I'm chill and like I'm 27. I would have my investments in order. And I would have probably gotten into modeling and fashion, probably. And I would want to be living a comfortable life with my family because that's also one of the goals. You
see yourself staying North Carolina, Charlotte? You want to maybe go back to Florida or go West Coast maybe, or just wherever it takes you?
Like, I want to travel, you feel me? So, like, as soon as, like, my first real bag hit, I'm not blowing it. I'm going to invest. But I'm saying I'm going to be traveling. So, but I would probably, I don't know if I would, like, after I become local and, like, I, like, really, like, put Charlotte up there, like, I might move around a little bit, but, like, also, like, there's a lot of places I want to live. Like, I might live in, like, I thought about, like, what if I lived in Japan at one point, because I like Japanese culture. I would, like, live in Japan, but the only thing about Japan is that, like, it's Japan. Like, I'm not, like, it would be, like, living in, like, a big ass suburb, because like Japan has crimes, right? Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of places have crimes, but I feel like Japanese people are probably like a lot more innocent than Americans, so it would feel probably really weird living in a mostly peaceful place like that. For sure. Because Charlotte is like crazy.
For sure, especially in some areas.
Yeah, like, matter of fact, like just a lot of America is crazy because, like, where I'm from, people was killing other niggas with knives and machetes. Yeah. Because they don't use guns in Minnesota because it's, like, right there next to Canada, so they don't really use guns over there. They be using, like, knives and shit. So it's, like, the UK over there.
It's a wild world we live in, man. Yeah. I do want to touch on one more topic, though, before we sign off. Ayato-Shi, where does that name come from? How'd you come up with it?
All right, so Ayato is from this anime called Tokyo Ghoul. And real quick about my name, I actually thought about it like changing it like maybe a year ago, and I was just like, man, I have some like my name is anime as fuck, but like I'm just like, well, I already got it, I already established something under it, and it's just like, well, niggas can suck my dick if they don't like it because it's just like it's Ayato, bitch. Like I'll beat your ass. It say it's Ayato, bitch, it's little Barbie hoe, and run off, nigga. You feel me? So I'm just like, fuck it. I'ma rock with it. I'ma stick with it. But Ayato comes from this anime called Tokyo Ghoul, and I really fucked with the character Ayato because, like, I don't know, I just fucked with him when I was younger. And then she comes from the word like in the Japanese dictionary, she means death. So I just pieced together Ayato-Shi, which meant Ayato's death, because at that time I was in a dark place, and that's what my Instagram at is Eriko's grave. Because I just put a flip on it. Like,
does Ayato have a sub meaning? I know you said it was a character, but does it have a meaning outside of that? Because it's It's Ayato-Shi, so she is death. I didn't know if there was a word before that Ayato means.
Nah. Ayato is just like Ayato. It's just a name. Really.
Okay.
Same with the word Eriko. Eriko is Eriko is a name that I made up too. Well, no, Ayato I didn't make up. Eriko is a name I made up.
Facts. It
was just like it's similar to Ayato, but it's just Eriko because it kind of fits better with Eriko's grave instead of Ayato's grave. So just yeah.
Do you draw any inspiration from? I know you just said you love anime, so do you draw any inspiration from anime?
Sometimes, yeah. But like not too much as I used to anymore. Like I'm more like
maybe in for your like when you draw and stuff too.
Yeah. Like when I draw stuff, definitely. And then when I'm just trying to think of like aesthetic, yeah. Sometimes like for my music video, he didn't put it in there. The music video is still hard, but I had wanted like Japanese like font like letters around like the editing, but you feel me, it's whatever. He didn't do it. The music video is still hard, but like I take like some like a lot of people take a lot of inspiration from like Japanese culture and anime and stuff like that because it's like that shit's hard.
Yeah, it is dope. It's really dope. That just about wraps it up. Ayato-Shi, I really appreciate you coming on. Did you want to shout out anybody? Have anything else you want to talk about real quick before we sign off?
All right, so shouts out my nigga 141 Loner. Shouts out my manager over there. Shouts out Babyface. You feel me? Shouts out all the people that follow me. I'm on the come up in Charlotte. You feel me? We about to run shit soon. And shouts out my nigga David and all them niggas. You feel me? Yeah. And yeah, we out here.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming on. That's gonna wrap up episode 18 of Podheads with your boy DJ Easy Zeke featuring Ayato-Shi. We're gonna put all the links to his socials and where you can stream all his music in the bio of the podcast. So y'all go check him out. But I just want to give you your flowers one more time, man. You are a lot smarter and a lot more driven than most young people out here. So kudos to you. I'm really looking forward to see where your career goes and where your life takes you, man. So
all right, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'll dap you up real quick. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good one. Peace.